Hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. Okay, so today I'll be sharing on the HDB lease buyback scheme. Okay, so why I'm covering this today is because last week I had a client. He's in his 60s. Then he's asking me, hey, his house just reached the buyer mark. His one is a two-room flat. So he don't know whether to sell, and then should he buy a older but got one more bedroom for maybe for rental or what, or he should actually keep his house and then do the lease buyback scheme from HDB lah. Yeah, so I did a calculation for him, and then I think I found quite interesting discoveries. Is like certain people might fit and find this buyback scheme useful, and maybe other groups won't find this so useful. So today I just want to share with you what I learned that day lah, and then yeah, let's dive deeper in. Okay, so let me share the screen. Okay, so this right is on the HDB website itself. Okay, so today right, if let's say you want to do the lease buyback scheme, you'll be selling the tail end of your flat lah, which means let's say your flat currently is like let's say 65 years old. Your flat left 65 years, not 65 years old, left 65 years. So means you will have been around 30 plus years already your house. So if your house left 65 years, you will be selling like the last 30 years at the end. Yeah, so you can still continue to staying like the next 35 years. Then the last 30 years of the house, the government will pay you out earlier in terms of cash, in terms of CPF. So that's where we dive deeper and see whether the numbers work out for you lah. Okay. So I just go through this first. Later I will go through a deeper analysis with numbers lah. Okay, so you see, 3 room or smaller flat, right? You will get 30,000 of bonus. Okay, lease buyback scheme bonus. Then 4 room flat, it will be 15,000, and then 5 room or bigger, it will be 7,500 lah. Okay, so if your household, let's say you only got one owner left, right? You will need to top up the proceeds. So the proceeds will come from the lease buyback scheme. Okay. So the proceeds will top up the RA to the full retirement sum if you're only one owner. Okay. Then if you have 2 or more owners, then you just need to top up your RA up to the basic retirement sum. Okay. So far so good, right? Okay. So you can see these are the top-up requirements for applications received this year. Okay. So you can see, right, the eligibility age for this lease buyback scheme actually is 65 years old. But one thing I realized, to even think about this lease buyback scheme, right, you have to think about when before you're 55, because you can see in front over here, right, your RA, right? Your RA will be created the moment you hit 55 years old. So if you want to do this lease buyback scheme, and then let's say your CPF, the RA, you have very little RA inside, like maybe say a few thousand only. Then you think about it, right? If you're only one owner, you sell back the HDB, let's say the last 30 years, right? Maybe you can get back 200,000, maybe lah. But if in your RA currently you only got a few thousand and you're a single owner, right? Actually, almost all of your money will go into your RA already. So it really depends if whether for you, you want the money in cash or you're okay to just have it in terms of every month payout in the CPF Life lah. We will go through in detail that one later, but I just show you like why I think certain people might not be suitable for this buyback scheme lah. Okay, then the top up requirements for two owners, it will be the basic retirement sum. So you can see it's actually half lah. Yeah. Then HDB already adjusted the age for you. So if you're older, of course, the full retirement sum will be lower lah, and vice versa, also the basic retirement sum. Okay. Then determining the bonus. The bonus, right? You also will get bonus if you top up 60,000 or more to your RA. Okay. So this I can only see this scenario, right? This buyback scheme, you see, you can tell who they are targeting. They're targeting HDB owners, like Singaporeans who are asset rich but cash poor. And this one is not even just cash poor. This is also RA poor. Retirement account is almost no money. So that's why you will top up 60,000 or more, right? Then you will get the additional bonus. So you can see, let's say here, if it's two owners now, maybe today you're 65 years old, then you're two owners. So each person need to top up until 99K leh. Then if let's say you all combine, you also need to top up almost 100, and it will be the same as the requirement for one owner. So actually there's no difference one. Okay, if you got two owners, because both owners need to top up to the basic, which is total up is the same as one person. Okay. So if your RA, you top up more than 60K, right? It just means that your current retirement sum is actually really not a lot. So that's why a lot of your money you cash out, you will still be in RA. Like that client that I met last week, he thought that he do this lease buyback scheme, wow, so 可以直接拿钱 can take cash out from the house. It's like cashing out the later end of the houses take out in cash first. But after I go through with him, right, I realized his RA actually really quite low. Then if he do this, right, essentially the money also all go back to CPF one. So I mean RA lah, yeah. So I told him think about it now, because if you do this lease buyback scheme, you have to stay in this house. And sometimes, okay, his situation, his was a 2-room flat. So he can't really rent out his rooms even if he wanted to. It's like he just stuck in this, like he's getting old, he's gonna retire soon, but his RA is low. He don't have maybe another room to rent out to supplement his later years lah. So he was thinking of this buyback scheme, but actually after I go through the numbers with him, I felt that it might be more prudent to actually go for, let's say he let go his 2-room. His 2-room is brand new, by the way. So let go his 2-room, maybe top up a little bit more, get a older 3-room flat. But then the older 3-room, right, also will be fully paid off, and you got 2 bedrooms now. So if you got 2 bedrooms, you still can at least rent out one of the bedrooms to supplement the monthly income now. And this one, right, you don't have to worry like oh, the last 30 years I cannot take the house. You all the way you can still stay in the house now. But you just every month you got income coming in. Where else, if he just choose to stay in his current flat, he sell the later end part back to HDB, right? Yes, you still can get money, but it will be in the CPF Life lah. So for that one, I think later on the HDB there they have an example for you, so we can see how much exactly is the payout per month lah. Yeah, and then yeah, so he's thinking about it. He's not sure whether he wants to do this or not lah. Yeah, so it's not really up to him. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you can see here, if you cannot do so, then they will prorate for you lah. $1 for every $2 CPF top up. Then $4 and $8 for the different sizes. Okay. So this is for the bonus up here. Yeah. Okay. So you can see, right? After you top up the RA in the above requirements, you can keep the remaining in cash. But you see, they also got say, right, the cash you can keep. So if you have your RA full retirement sum already all settled, your retirement all in the CPF gao already. You see, they still don't let you take the full amount in cash. You see, they only let you hold 100,000 in cash. So actually, the government's purpose of doing this is to ensure that is to unlock liquidity from an illiquid asset, because Singaporeans are mostly cash rich, asset rich, but not cash rich. But they still want you to plan longer for your retirement lah. So that's why they let you maximum take 100K cash. The rest is still go back to your CPF. So that's why even if your RA is fulfilled, right, to full retirement sum, is you cannot expect to take back whatever you thought you could sell the later on years for the house. You see, max also still 100K on. So that's why, of course, I think I met people that really don't like CPF. Like, technically it's my money, correct? Why I cannot take out my money? And this is also my house, leh. But you still limit how much I can take out in cash, then the rest go back to my CPF RA. So it really depends on how you look at it. I can see why this benefits certain people and why certain people really don't like this. Okay. Yeah, you see, if your full RA savings will be used to buy a CPF life plan if you have at least 60K in your RA after the top up. Yeah. Then options for lease period. So it's not say you want to sell whatever amount of lease you can one. It's like there is the HDB takes certain amount of lease remaining. So you see the eligible age, right? If let's say today you are 65, minimum you have to sell to them, your house must be at least 30 years. If not, right, it's 35 years. So you see, if you count it, right, it's like technically they expect you to live up to around 95 like that. I mean, it's between the 90 to 100 years old range. I think that is kind of the expected life expectancy for an average Singaporean. So that's why they at least still want you to have minimum 30 years left, and then minimum the other one is 35 years left lah. So of course, if you're older, you can choose to still keep the amount lah. Yeah, but you see what they're aiming at is around 95 to 100 years old. They know your time is almost up lah. But they did say that if let's say you outlive these 30 years, let's say you're 99 years old lah, then how? 我不是没有屋子住, I don't have a place to stay嘛. So for them, the HDB also will be able to, I mean, this is on their website and this is what they say lah. They will take care of you. They already say that they will ensure that you have a place to stay and you don't have basically all your basic necessities is covered and they won't leave you homeless. Yeah, that's all they say lah. Okay. Yeah, then you can see if you are in this age group 70 to 74, then you'll be 25 years, and then 75 to 79 you'll be 20 years lah. Of course you can keep more lah. Yeah, but the most you can keep is 35 at 65 years old lor. Okay, so this is the example lah, okay, on the website. So this is a married couple that bought this HDB. It's a 5-room flat. No have loan already. 65 years left. Okay, balance lease. So means they already stay in the house 30 plus years. So market value right now, this flat is 520K. Okay, so they choose to keep 30 years, means they stay another 30 years, then they sell the last 35 years. Okay, so means this couple, right? You see, both of them are 65 years old. They choose to keep the 30-year lease, right? It means that they will stay there up to 95 years old. And then the last 35 years, sell to HDB. Yeah. Okay. So you see their RA inside got 20K and 5K respectively. And then the shortfall to the current age adjusted basic retirement sum will be 79K, 94K. So this is the amount they need to top up lah, to make the basic retirement sum. So you can see just from this, right? This couple, right? Really very poor on savings one and retirement account. 20,000 and 5,000 combined only 25K. Very, very low. Then here, the husband need to top up 79, almost 80K. The wife need to top up 95K. So you see, if they sold to HDB the last 35 years for 219K, right? Oh, okay, by the way, their calculation is not really by per year one. Like you see, the market value right now is 520K. And then the balance list is 65. They don't divide like 520K divided by 65 then times 35 to get this amount. They don't do that lah. They have this calculator on their portal. Yeah, I think it's like actually I'm not very sure how they calculate it. Yeah, but basically you can see, right, it's not even half of the current market value. So I think they are going with the least decay. As it goes older, the price will drop even further. Yeah. Okay, so this is how they calculate it. 219K for 35 years of your house. Okay. Okay, so you can see, if they sell for 219K, right, each owner will receive 109K. Okay. And then this will need to top up to their basic retirement sum first. Okay. Then you see, so as the whole couple, as a couple, they sell the HDB is 219K, right? After top up, they only have 45.5K remaining in cash. So honestly, you thought you will get back 200K, right? But you only getting 45K only. Yeah. So here, top up more than 60K, so you get 7,500 in bonus lah. So you see cash proceeds is 45.5K. Then here you can see, right, this is the combined lah. Okay, so they are getting 1,001 per month. So actually, I look at this 1,001 per month worth, because right now when I talk to my owner, they ask me, right, like, is renting a room out better or waiting to cash out on the CPF is better? So you will have to do your own comparison lah. Yeah. Because I really feel that if you want to so-called sell back to HDB, right, and then you want the cash, you see, right, you only get 45K only. And this current 5-room flat, right, is actually 520K. So, okay lah, but it really depends if you, let's say you want to stay with strangers or not. Because let's say if this is a 5-room flat, the old couple, they will stay in one master room. So if they want to rent out both rooms, right, then definitely they shouldn't do this. I mean, they don't have to consider doing this. If they rent out both rooms, they can get, let's say each room with conservative about $800 per room, 1,600 total lah. Yeah, so it's more than this CPF life payout. Okay. Of course, they can do both together. Okay. So what I mean is that you can do the lease buyback scheme, and uh the government actually don't stop you for renting out your rooms also. So this one you really uh extract all the value you have from your current property, no? So you cash out 45K plus you get CPF monthly payout is 1,001, and then you still can rent out your rooms. So this one would actually amount up to say 2,000 plus, almost 3,000, almost $3,000 per month. If you are okay to stay in your master room, then you rent out the both rooms. If you don't rent out any rooms, you do this lease buyback scheme, you will just be getting 1,001 per month for the couple lah. Yeah, which honestly I see today if inflation all this, I don't think it's enough to survive lah. Yeah. Then another thing is I feel that if you don't do this and then you choose to say maybe you sell this 5 room instead, you can buy a 3 room. Okay, so you see, right? Okay, I just show you, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, I know Jurong 5 room around this age also have. So say we find a 2 bedroom, so means HDB lah. So okay, you see okay, these are quite old. Maybe I just filter out uh 30 years built year. So let's say we go minimum is 30 years, 1995 lah. You see, right? Actually, there's a couple of like newer HDBs. Okay, we put maximum. Let's say you want to cash out 200,000. Okay, doing the same thing. 320K lah. Oh, maybe something older. Okay, so there is 3 room HDB flats in Singapore below 320K. Okay. So let's say okay lah, we just take this Toa Payoh one for example. 338K. Okay. Let's say if you don't negotiate anything, you just buy over this, you will cash out almost 180,000. So you see, right? You can cash out 180K. But this is provided you are not above 55 yet. Because you can see here, right? If you are 55 years and above, you need to refund your CPF savings, the amount that you withdraw, the principal and the accrued interest, and also refunded will be used to top up your RA to your full retirement sum. So you see, any balance will be paid to you in cash. If today you are above 55, right? I won't recommend you to do this, like to sell and then buy maybe a smaller flat or bigger flat. I will recommend that, especially if your RA is very low, because you don't have a lot of cash on, which is a bit pointless now. Okay. So I rather you just stay put and do nothing. So let's say we do this for this old couple, right? They can get almost 190K in cash. So you see, if they get 190K in cash, they and this flat is 1969. So 1969 minus today. So it's already 50 plus years old. Okay. So here, you can still sell the tail end towards HDB, then you also keep 30 years. because you have to be 65 to be eligible for this. Yeah. It's different because you can cash out 200,000 cash. I mean 190K cash if you want to be exact. So I feel that if your RA is not sufficient, and then you also don't consider this lease buyback scheme viable for you, I would suggest just go for, let's say, this 5 room, right? You downgrade to a 3 room flat. You got 2 bedrooms enough already. Because actually, if you're an old couple, your kids already all shift out, most likely you don't really need the extra rooms. Because you see, if you're old, right, you also need to do additional cleaning on this. So, in the end, I feel like it's still better to have a downsize, or they call it right sizing. Yeah, to have a smaller flat, easier to manage, easier to maintain, and then you cash out also. Yeah. Then at the same time, why I still recommend at least a 3 room flat, right? So that you have additional bedroom. So the additional bedroom is for you to rent out for additional income in case you're old. Then you maybe need something to just supplement your pocket money or something. Then okay, definitely I think it is doable. If you want a little bit more, then maybe you consider a 4 room flat. But if you consider a 5 room to a 4 room, unless the amount you're cashing out is quite big, I would suggest not to do it anyways, because 4 room and 5 room, to make that change, because you have to consider you also will be doing slight renovation works, and then agent fee moving costs, all these kind of things you must factor in. So it might not be that worth it and I think one last thing quite important is for people considering this buyback scheme, right? I feel like you are not leaving anything behind for your kids. Yeah, because in the end, you see, you stay all the way, right? Then actually, like, you work your whole life just to have a house, then you sell back at the end. Honestly, I think about it, right? Might as well you just rent all the way, then you don't even need to do this. Also can. Yeah, so I think really need to see if you suit the this scheme or not lah. But I would say people that is uh in their 50s, haven't 55 yet, and their RA is quite low, right? You need to really consider already whether you want to do this lease buyback scheme or not. Because the moment you hit 55, you want to sell your flat, you also need to top up to your RA already, to the full retirement sum lah. Then of course, you want to use it for the next house, you still can use, but there will be a lot more restrictions as compared to if you do it before 55. So yeah, I think actually that's about it lah. Yeah. Then okay. So this is the one you see, right? If you want to pay out of 1,500 like that, right? You need almost 300K in your RA at 65 years old. Yeah. So honestly, you see, if you have, let's say, just now they say the 192K, which is around here lah, around here, you also only getting about 1,000 per month. Honestly, right, it's more worth it to, I feel like it's more worth it to just rent out your room instead of selling and downgrade to a smaller flat and cash out completely. Yeah. Unless you are the kind that you really don't want to stay with anyone else. But honestly, I've done a few rentals for my clients, like they're old people. Actually, I feel this is my own opinion. I feel most of the time they kind of don't really realize the tenant is there on this side. Because the tenant come home, they'll just go back to their room. So they won't really realize, hey, are they at home or what? No, and they won't really go and bother you also. Yeah. So this is my observation. And yeah, so this, I hope my explanation is clear for the lease buyback scheme, and who should consider it lah. If you need a further and more detailed explanation, uh, yeah, okay, so I hope y'all had some takeaways today. And oh, okay, so this doesn't just apply for old people. Maybe right now you have your parents, and they are considering doing this. Then you chance upon this video, right? You let me know because I think a lot of people have different scenarios that must assess one by one to see whether it makes sense to do this um CPF lease buyback scheme. Because in the end, uh honestly, if your objective is to take out cash, right, you won't be getting a lot of cash out. It's just really to secure your retirement if your RA is very low. Yeah, then you don't want to rent out room also lah. Yeah. Then yeah, it's a really case by case thing. Then yeah, if you need help with regards to this buyback scheme or any other HDB or housing related matters, feel free to let me know. Yeah, because I'm quite sure after I go through with you all this, you might be curious how is this applicable to my parents or my own situation. Then from there, I can see how to help you lah based on your numbers in your RA and everything. And we have a rough estimate to see whether this works out for you or not. Okay, so I think with that, I end my video today. Anything, just feel free to contact me at 84849302. Alright, Sinric signing out. Bye.